Okay, I have the snowblower set up on its front end. Um, we've already started removing the carburetor, and it looks like these are 10 millimeter bolts that hold this on. This would be the line for the primer on top of the unit, and then you're going to have a spring back here that holds tension for the throttle. So we're going to go ahead and remove this and start with that and see. I've already checked. I pulled the cord, make sure that the unit's not locked up in any way, and it feels that it has compression. So we'll get to the spark plug just to clean it off and check the gap and everything as we progress forward. So this is an oldie but goodie, we'll call it. So this is the spring, and I'll hold that up for you, what I'm talking about. This is the throttle controller, the linkage. Let me unhook that. So this spring here, will hook up into here, and that holds tension on this butterfly, which is inside. So let's go something like this when it's put back together. The throttle linkage hooks into this hole here, and this puts tension on that. When the engine starts, this will go under tension and open this up in the back here. And of course, this lever here is the choke. This is the choke we're looking at here. Open and close. Okay, it's 1/2 inch on the bottom for the nut on the bottom. Go ahead and remove that, and we're going to go ahead and throw this in the ultrasound machine. Maybe we can get this nut off the bottom. There we go. Take a peek in here. Customer did tell me that you can see the bad fuel already coming out of it. He's cleaned this. He's taken it apart, and he's cleaned this. So let's see, the washer gasket's on the bottom. We don't want to lose that. This is the jet, this piece here. Let's pop the bowl off here. It doesn't look too bad. There is a little bit of debris up in here, a little bit of rust. It probably won't come out. I can see some scrape marks in there. So we'll disassemble it and see what success we have running it through the ultrasound. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. Carburetor has been dipped into the ultrasound machine, and it's reassembled. And we'll go ahead and put it back onto the unit, and let's see what happens from there. Let's get this spring attached here. Then we'll just go ahead and put this linkage down in here. Linkage back on. Then we'll set it on the two studs coming out of the connection here for the carburetor. Okay. Here we go. Okay. This will have to be fed up through the body here, the choke lever. And we'll just set it back down here onto these two studs that come out of the motor for the mount here. Whoops. We'll feed it back through. The spring came off. Stayed on the plate, but it came off. So let me go ahead and feed this back down in here. Here we go. Okay. We'll check the lever, and that all looks to be connected properly. Okay. Let's go ahead and reattach these nuts. Holding the carburetor on. Okay, looks like we got them started. Let's see if we can tighten them up a little bit here. Maybe. Oops. There we go. Okay, that's tight. We're going to go ahead and drain the rest of the fuel out of this. And then we'll blow it through. We won't put any of the bolts back into the unit until we get it started. And so let's go through. It looks like I'm going to have to replace this primer hose or primer bulb hose line. Goes up to the carburetor here. It's not that it's brittle, it's just very hard and difficult to get on. Let's go and clean this out now. Try to catch some of it. That gas just doesn't look that good. It is 2-stroke, so we'll go ahead and mix some 2-stroke up here, and obviously we'll add Stay-Bill, and we'll see what the results are. Hoping that everything went well, and we'll get her started. Okay, we'll also do a rinse. We'll mix some fuel up, rinse it out, let it drain through before we put the final amount of fuel in here to get this thing started. Okay, we're going to do a little wash of this tank, just to wash out of the tank. There we go. And we'll use some 2-cycle mix in here. It's already been treated with Stay-Bill, and we should be good to go. Okay. Let's flip it up. Okay. Let's put enough in there just to get started. Yep. Choke is on. Did it a couple times. Let's see what this does. Okay. Take the choke off. Leave that in. Well, well, I guess it would help if I do attempt to hook up the primer hose, the one that I'm going to replace, but I'm just temporarily going to use it. See if I can get something on here. Let's try a little bit of lubricant on the end of that. See if that doesn't help it slide on there. Just straighten this out. Okay. So we will go ahead and replace that, the primer bulb line that goes to the carburetor. And let's try it again. Let's see if it starts. Let's leave it where it was as far as the choke and see what it does. So it seems like it is running okay. Carburetor probably should be replaced. Okay, we're going to call that a wrap on this. Right now, as far as there's a snow expected in the next day or two. So, in order to get this carburetor, whether it was an aftermarket or from one of the supply houses, it's going to be 1 or 2 days if they have it in stock at the supply house. But if it's going to be an online venture, I'm sure that's going to take 2 or 3 days, if not longer. But I think we're going to go ahead and, again, call this a wrap. So, again, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you.